What is going on, guys? Bruin Steel here, and welcome back to another WWE broadcast. I'm your host, Bruin Steel, and I'm joined by Canadian Yorker. And today we are recapping. Today we are recapping Elimination Chamber 2025, which took place yesterday, actually. So it was an amazing show. Toronto, Canada. Wow, I'm mind blown. There was a lot of great matches and a great, shocking turning events that we're going to talk about later. But Elimination Chamber 2025, we made our predictions, and now it is the road to WrestleMania. So Canadian Yorker, how's it going tonight?
It's going really well. A lot of amazing things happened at Elimination Chamber at the same time. There were some things that happened that we unexpected, and also I know we're going to talk about it later, but there was some really cool things that happened at the same time. Some things that we expected to happen as well. So let's get this thing done.
All right. So, I'm excited to talk about Elimination Chamber 2024. Excuse me, 2025. Oops, excuse me. To start off the show, they had the Women's Elimination Chamber match. Wow. They went strong. They went big to start off the show. They had Naomi and Liv Morgan to set to begin. But then the big story was the return of Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill staring down a petrified Morgan before lunging unexpectedly at Naomi. And I'm like, there we go. Naomi was the one that attacked Jade Cargill, but was it really Naomi? People were talking about that Bianca might have been the mastermind behind this. Oh, Bianca was the one that maybe attacked Jade Cargill, but Bianca is the one that what do you call it? Bianca was the one that made Jade think that it was Naomi. Jade Cargill visually beat down Naomi as Bianca begged for peace between her tag team partners while locked in her pod. Jade Cargill booted Naomi into the chamber pod before squashing her head between the sliding doors as Naomi attempted to crawl out of the chamber. Jade Cargill stormed off as Naomi was stretched away, effectively eliminating her from the match. And this started Bianca next entered the fray. She rushed over to check to Naomi, but was blindsided by Morgan. The two active participants wrestled back and forth until Roxanne Perez left her pod. The two-time NXT champion hit the ground running, keeping pace with her more experienced opponents. Bayley rushed at Perez. Once her door opened, Bayley repeatedly slammed Perez's head against the pod until she crumbled. Bayley was on quite a roll until Perez hit her with a powerbomb to the steel floor, flower bar, frog splash. Bliss was the last woman to enter the chamber, soldering into the ring in a trance. Miss Alexa Bliss's composure transformed to rage as she started to take out her opponents one by one, and then the elimination picked up. Roxanne nearly eliminated Bayley with a crossface. The role model clearly rode from the ring to the fence to help grade Perez's fingers off. Back in the ring, Morgan caught Morgan off guard with oblivion for the night's first pitfall. So Bayley gets eliminated first. Wow. By Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan with the elimination. Bayley with the oblivion. Liv Morgan eliminates Bayley. Morgan fled on top of the pod as Bianca gives chase. The EST of WWE whacks Morgan off the pod with a hair whip. Oh my god, I heard that. Before diving onto her three remaining opponents, Bianca's hair whipped left a nasty red gash across Liv Morgan's stomach. Bliss got the worst of the Tower of Doom suplex, but soon scored the third elimination. I believe it was on Roxanne, I think. Was it on Roxanne? I forgot. Impressive sequence of yes, it was on Roxanne. Alexa Bliss eliminating Roxanne Perez. An impressive sequence of signature moves saw Perez eat a codebreaker from Morgan while attempting Pox Rocks on Belair. Roxanne landed directly in Bliss's flight path as the five-time champion scored the pin with Twisted Bliss. So yeah, Alexa Bliss eliminates Roxanne. Alexa Bliss spiked Blair with a Sister Abigail DDT before getting pinned by Morgan's surprise roll up. So Alexa Bliss gets eliminated by Liv Morgan's roll up, and I'm like, damn, Liv Morgan is winning this, right? Liv Morgan tried to clean up Bliss's leftovers, but Belair fire raged on. Bianca survived the immediate pin attempt, a hilarious spot where Morgan used Bianca's braid to ricochet her between the ropes and chain link fence repeatedly, and the second rope codebreaker. Blair strength was again showcased as she swung Morgan's head between the pod and fence, followed up by a powerbomb. The finish came after another strong sequence of counters. Morgan counters the KOD into a codebreaker before Blair counters Oblivion to a KOD. Bianca Belair hitting a huge KOD on Morgan. Bianca Belair defeat Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, Bayley, and Naomi to win the Women's Elimination Chamber. And we're going to get Bianca versus Rhea at WrestleMania, or Bianca versus Io Sky at WrestleMania. And I can't wait for that. And yeah, me and Canadian Yorker got our first pick right. Let's go. I can't wait for Bianca versus Rhea. Rhea is definitely retaining her championship, but people are talking about, is it going to be a triple threat match? Io, Bianca, and Rhea. That would be unbelievable. But honestly, this was a storyline. This been a build up between Bianca and Rhea. There was some tensions. They teamed up in War Games, but there was still some tensions, obviously. But obviously, I still think Bianca's behind the whole, Jade attack. I think Bianca is the master class. I think Bianca. I don't think. I mean, people are saying that Bianca framed Naomi, but we have to see what happens. But Bianca wins the Elimination Chamber match, and she will get the right to face Rhea Ripley or Io Sky at WrestleMania. What a Elimination Chamber! We both got this right, Canadian Yorker. I know you're emotional. What are your thoughts on this Women's Elimination Chamber match?
Oh yeah, I'm emotional about how excited I am over Bianca getting the win over over all the other contestants. Let's be honest, I did not expect Bayley to get the to be the first one to be tapped out, to be pinned, and by especially by Liv Morgan. I did not expect that to happen. I was expecting Bayley to be the second to last person to be facing Bianca in the elimination chamber before, and then Bayley would get eliminated by Bianca. I did not expect Liv Morgan to be staying in there the whole time. But I mean, Liv Morgan has been in the elimination chamber 6 times already, so she definitely has that experience. She used that experience to her benefit, of course. Um, Unfortunately for all the other ladies who were there, they would not, just couldn't make the cut, and Bianca was able to come out on top. Um, I think that in my own opinion that Naomi did attack Jade Cargill, and Naomi is the one that is the one who did it. So I just don't know. It just doesn't seem like Bianca had any knowledge of any of who attacked Jade Cargill, because she was in the middle of a match when she saw Jade Cargill was attacked. But in all honesty, we'll have to see what's going to happen, and if Naomi's going to come back and respond to what Cargill told her, or are we going to hear from Bianca herself that she's the one who did it and took out Jade for various reasons that she did it for. Um, because right now Bianca's husband, is actually a heel right now. So, will Bianca and her husband, will they come together as a team? We'll have to see what happens with that going forward. So, I mean, Elimination Chamber is great. Bianca won. So, our first pick was correct, and that's wonderful to see.
All right, and I just feel like Bianca is going to be pulling a Dakota Kai. I feel like Bianca pretends that she had nothing to do with it. If you guys remember, Dakota Kai turned on Bayley. Bayley thought Dakota was on her side, but then Dakota betrayed Bayley when they were on damage control. I feel like this is a repeat. I think Jade is gonna think that Bianca's on her side, but I think the mastermind's gonna come and play. I think Bianca's gonna betray Jade, revealing that she was actually the attacker and not Naomi. And I think that's just a whole Dakota Kai level.
Yeah, I think maybe that's the case. We have to see what's going to happen
Yeah.
on SmackDown. And another thing, I just don't think when I saw that.
Bianca is definitely Jade Cargill is definitely gonna have a segment with Bianca and talk things over because by the looks of it, it looks like Naomi is gonna be out for a while. So my looks of it, I think Jade and Bianca are gonna have a one-on-one talk. So
Yeah, I mean that might be the case, but here's what I think, right? So right now, Bianca won. Bianca won. Io was there, and Io came out after Rhea Ripley came out, and so here's what I think, man. I think Rhea Ripley and Io needs to happen. We have to see that happen. That has to happen. I
it's
think
happening
that.
tomorrow.
What's that? Yeah, it's gonna happen tomorrow, of course. I think that Rhea Ripley probably, Io is a great competitor. Io can definitely get a win against Rhea Ripley. That can happen, of course. Um, but I think Rhea Ripley's probably might happen. She's gonna win against Io. But I think right now Bianca is a face, and if we happen to see a triple threat match between Io, Bianca, and Rhea, I could see we can see that happening, but it's going to be really kind of confusing because Io really doesn't like Bianca, and Bianca doesn't really like Io. So because of their part of damage control, the whole damage control thing, so it's going to be a little weird seeing that happen. But there's just so much going on at Elimination Chamber, so we'll have to see what's going to be the fallout of that tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw.
All right, so we talked a lot, but that's fine. Moving on to the next match, we got the tag team match: Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus facing off against Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. Nia Jax physical dominant with a full display. WWE Hall of Fame Stratus competing in her first tag team in singles match in 2 years. Got the words of the abuse. Nia Jax rad dogged the Canadian legend around the ring, kindly allowing LeRae to get shots in two. The Toronto Crawl called for Tiffy time, but Jax mocked him by delivering a disrespectful sting face to Stratus. Um, a desperate maneuver by Stratus finally led to a hot tag. The WWE Women's Champion hit the ring like a wrecking ball. Stratton execute a beautiful handspring back elbow to LeRae in heaven. Jax with a spinebuster. Stratton, face of strength, continues as she delivers impressive suplex to her former ally. Uh, Trish Stratus wasn't about to be outdone by her teammate. Stratus, 49, Paul performed a picture perfect stalled hamstring head scissor to LeRae in the quarter. Excuse me, sorry. Before hitting Jax with the top rope, Faction Bulldog LeRae broke it up with a pin with a springboard moonsault, but invertly landed on Jax. Stratton puts the final nail in Jax's coffin with the prettiest moonsault ever. Let's fucking go. A well-educated match. Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus defeat Nia Jax and LeRae by pitfall, and we both had this pick right as well. And Tiffany and Trish Stratus work well as a team. That's a feud though. I would like to see Tiffany and Trish feud down the road because we all know what happened at Money in the Bank in Toronto. You know, Tiffany was being disrespectful to Trish. I don't think Trish Stratus forgot about that. So you never know. We might see Tiffany and Trish teaming up, and then maybe Trish eventually will turn on Tiffany. So I would love to see Tiffany versus Trish in the future. So what are your thoughts on Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus defeating Nia Jax and Candice? I know you're happy because you hate Nia. Let's go.
Yes, I am happy because Nia lost and Candice LeRae lost, and despite the fact that they could have won. Let's face it, Nia Jax and Candice LeRae could have won because they were in control for part of the match before things turned around. Before Candice and Trish, Tiffany and Trish turned it around. But man, it was definitely there were some scary moments, a couple of scary moments there, but for the most part, Tiffany and Trish made it turn around, and it just worked out well for them, and they got the win. So that's good to see.
Yeah. All right, moving on to the next match. The next match by far was probably the greatest match I've ever seen. By far, an A plus rating match. It was unbelievable match to watch. Especially these two guys are from Canada. Two former friends going at it in an unaccentuated match. Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. This by far was probably the match of the pay per view. It was great. Honestly, I thought this was supposed to. This should have main evented. I'm sorry, but this was a phenomenal match. Um, Talking about this match, they went all ham. The hockey stick, steel chairs, tables were introduced. Owens' actions were visceral, and he wrenched the hockey stick into. We saw Kevin Owens wrenching a hockey stick against Sami Zayn's teeth while biting his face. Like, damn. I mean, Kevin Owens is out there trying to end Sami Zayn's career. The fight spilled into the crowd as fans cheered on their fellow Canadians. After being choked out by Owens, Sami Zayn went completely off the rails. The fan favorite whooped Owens with a trash can before back suplexing him through two separate tables. Sami Zayn unhinged attack. Wow, this is awesome chance. Owens caught his break after surprising Sami Zayn with a ring bell and television monitor to the cranium. The rivals returned to the ring, but only briefly. Owens and Sami Zayn fought for dominance on top of the corner rope. Owens suddenly slipped underneath Sami Zayn and shoved his best friend Sami Zayn front flipped as he crashed through the two stacked tables ringside. Sami Zayn discobbled plus onto the neck that Owens damaged weeks ago with a package pile driver. The prize fighter further targeted the neck, unfolding a steel chair before bending it under the weight of the fisherman brainbuster delivered to Sami Zayn. Somehow, Sami Zayn kicked out and flattered the chair completely with a half Nelson suplex. Owens had the match won after landing the stunner, but had deja vu from his Saturday night's event with Cody Rhodes. The referee, unconscious after eating an inverted blow, could not count the fall. A second referee rushed to the ring, but Sami Zayn kicked out at two. And enraged, Owens nearly took the second referee's head off with a clothesline as the third arrived to replace him. Sami Zayn's bad luck with tables continued after Owens planted him with a top rope fisherman's buster through another table. Owens crawled over and dragged his arm over Sami Zayn, but Sami Zayn just barely got his shoulder off to avoid the pin. Sami Zayn caught a vengeful Owens off guard with a hula of a kick. Still, Owens kicked out at two. As if things got any unhinged, Sami Zayn pulled a barbed wire wrapped steel chair from underneath the ring. Sami Zayn twice smashed the chair across Owens' back before propping it up. A simple drop toe hold sent Owens face first into the chair. Owens cried in agony, but Sami Zayn has no remorse. Sami Zayn laid the barbed wire chair across the two other chairs to execute a nasty blue thunder bomb. Shockingly, Owens kicked out again. Owens found Ripley with a pop-up powerbomb before attempting to decapitate Sami Zayn. Owens wrapped a chair around Sami Zayn's head before driving him throat first into the two ring posts, and apron powerbomb followed. Multiple producers brutally inverted as Owens landed another apron powerbomb. The second powerbomb was enough to settle matters as Owens rolled Sami Zayn into the ring for the count of three. So Kevin Owens defeats Sami Zayn by pinfall. Post match, Owens tried to deliver a career ending blow, but it was fouled by a returning Randy Orton. Randy Orton making his return, who has been absent for months after Owens hospitalized him with a package pile driver. Owens' attempt to end Owens' career was a punt, but producers intervened, and at the last second, Owens took out his frustration by RKOing several security guards. This was the most violent match WWE had produced in years. No one could be delivered this like Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And Randy Orton did hit an RKO on Kevin Owens, but at the end, Kevin Owens was victorious. Kevin Owens defeats Sami Zayn in an absolute classic. I got this pick right. I actually saw Randy Orton was going to return mid-match to cost Kevin Owens, but no, he returned after the match. So I got this pick wrong. Canadian Yorker, you're 3-0 right now, so that's great. I just got my first wrong pick, so classic match. It was great. What a fucking match, man. A plus grading, obviously. And this was great. I mean, but at what cost will Sami Zayn feel? What his house is gonna be after this brutal match? I mean, we've seen Kevin Owens put Sami Zayn neck first in a steel chair, so we have to see. I mean, I feel like Sami Zayn could take a break. I know Sami Zayn could take a break, letting Kevin Owens feud with Randy Orton. But that would do it. Kevin Owens defeats Sami Zayn in an absolute fucking classic, man. What an unbelievable match. What are your thoughts on this match, Canadian Yorker?
Wow, wow, wow. Definitely a nail-biting match. Both these guys, both men, gave their all to get the win over the other. And unfortunately for Sami Zayn lost this match, and he definitely could have pushed Kevin Owens a little bit farther if he was complete more healthy. But the damage that he accumulated from that power driver he got from Kevin Owens on his neck really built up the match, and I don't think Sami Zayn really had enough time to recover from the injury that he got from Kevin Owens. So I think maybe this match definitely has done more damage to his neck than it has done to what Kevin Owens did to him before. So it's going to be uh, really Sami Zayn should take a break and recuperate from everything. And for the victor, Kevin Owens, man, Kevin Owens definitely deserved the win over Sami Zayn because Sami Zayn screwed him over in his win against Cody Rhodes, and Kevin Owens also is probably insulted that Sami Zayn has rejoined the bloodline and realigned himself with Roman Reigns. So, in a sense, I can see Kevin Owens just does not like the fact that Sami Zayn is back with the bloodline, and that just makes him pissed off and all. So uh, there's just a lot that happened, and I would say after the match happened, I mean, I think Sami Zayn he hit Kevin Owens with the barbed steel chair, and that would look painful as hell. He hit him twice. He also put him to the Blue Thunder Bomb on the steel chair too. I mean, that would have been enough that would have said, oh, right there, Sami Zayn is winning the match because he just put Kevin Owens through those two chairs, especially that barbed wire steel chair that hurt like hell with that going through him. So, I'm surprised that Kevin Owens actually was able to survive that, despite the fact that he got hit with the barbed wire steel chair. Um, and so that's what happened. After the match, Kevin Owens could have just walked away, but he wanted to just end Sami Zayn's career right then and there, so Sami Zayn can't come after him. Um, so I think for Sami Zayn, he got saved by Randy Orton. Randy Orton came in, he put the beat down on Kevin, and Randy Orton also wants uh, to get revenge for everything that happened to him. He tried to punt Kevin Owens. I don't know if anyone paid attention to that, but Randy Orton, instead of hitting Kevin Owens with a chair, Randy Orton thought it's better to punt, like kick him like he kicks a soccer ball in a sense. And it's kind of I don't think I've seen Randy Orton be this vicious before, but I remember Randy Orton being very, very vicious back when he was younger. So we'll have to see what happens with Kevin and Randy. Hopefully, they have a match at WrestleMania, and that's going to be great to see.
All right, so moving on to the final match, we got the men's elimination chamber, and what happened after is mind
Whew.
blowing. We're going to be talking about that after the this men's elimination chamber match. So Drew
Oh yeah,
McIntyre, excuse me, what?
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
We
all
got a lot
right.
to talk about that.
So yeah, we're gonna talk about elimination chamber, men's elimination chamber first, and then we're gonna get to the most shocking moment after it. So fasten your seatbelts. Men's elimination chamber match. Drew McIntyre started off with one of his many rivals, Seth Rollins, the superstar, Raw as their mutant enemy. CM Punk eggs them on. Obviously, the most brutal moment of their early aggression saw McIntyre crush Rollins' throat against the exposed turnbuckle. Damian Priest was the first superstar to exit the pod. The action picked up as the superstars went to battle. Priest got the worst of the miniature Tower of Doom. Logan Paul entered the fray hot, flattening McIntyre with a springboard crossbody. Logan Paul boosted a little too long as Priest emerged behind him. Priest wobbled Paul from the pod to pod as Toronto crowd cheered gladly. The match versus Awesome Spot saw Priest deliver an impressive old school hurricane on McIntyre. John Cena makes his last Elimination Chamber entrance. The crowd goes wild. The legend cleared the field with his greatest hit, including multiple attitude adjustments. The fans were particularly gleeful when Cena hoisted Paul on his shoulders. Cena's hot streak was caught short with a McIntyre Claymore kick. Oh, imagine if McIntyre hit the Claymore and eliminated John Cena. That would be really disappointing. But the Scotsman, good luck, was about to run out. McIntyre was the first one eliminated by Priest, surprised him with a crucifix pin. So McIntyre, first one out, yeah, he's pissed. McIntyre cracked Priest with a Claymore kick, setting up Logan Paul for the frog splash off the chamber pod to eliminate Priest. You gotta admit, what Logan Paul did with that frog splash on top of the cage, that was impressive. You have to admit. so, um, CM Punk entered the match last, immediately dropping Paul. The crowd came unglued as they realized Cena and Punk were the only superstars upright. The legendary rivals said they missed each other as they square off. Unfortunately for fans, their face was interrupted by a bitter Rollins. Rollins kicked Punk in the head before telling Cena to stay out of his business. Cena and Rollins exchanged punches until Paul laid them out with a shaky flipping double clothesline. Punk, who delighted the crowd by dropping Paul with a GTS and pinning him. So, Canadian Yorker's dream comes true. CM Punk eliminates Logan Paul with the GTS. Um, you were probably cheering
That's
that.
perfect. Poetic justice. Poetic justice.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Punk, and we're down to the final three, which is Punk, Cena, and Rollins. Punk and Cena found common ground, enlightening the Hart Foundation with a heart attack combo. Punk and Cena hugged before trading blows. The former world champion exchanged signature moves. Cena countered a GTS into a STS before Punk countered into an Anaconda Vice. Cena's strength has not abandoned him at 47 years old. The 16-time world champion caught Punk top rope crossbody, rolled through, and hit an attitude adjustment for the 2 count. Cena couldn't build off his success as Rollins returned and tossed Cena through the pod. Cena's absence allowed Rollins and Punk to tangle. Both men attempted their signature moves. Rollins got the better of it, hitting Punk with a buckle bomb and stop. Rollins attempting a second stop for the middle rope, but Cena interviewed. Punk nailed Rollins with a GTS that walked Rollins into his attitude adjustment. Punk leaps for the cover and eliminates Rollins. So Seth Rollins gets eliminated by GTS and an attitude adjustment. So not a fun night for Seth Rollins. So and we are down for the final two, and it was expected. Everyone was saying this. Final two is going to be CM Punk and John Cena. Let's go. Cena reached out to shake Punk's hand, but was pulled directly into a GTS. Cena kicked out of the nick of time. Karma delivered a attitude adjustment to Punk, but he also kicked out with a moment to spare. Rollins might have not have won the match, but found a measure of vengeance. Rollins hits Punk with a stomp to the cage floor. Cena leaps at the opportunity presented by latching an STF that rendered Punk unconscious, ending the match. John Cena is going to WrestleMania 41 to face Cody Rhodes for the Undisputed Champion. And that's my pick right there. I picked it right. And Canadian Yorker's pick was wrong. So we're pretty much even in the picks. So I got the Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens pick wrong. And you got this one wrong. So we're pretty much even. So yeah, Cena is going to headline WrestleMania 41 with undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes. It's going to be a hell of a match. So Cena defeats CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Logan Paul, Damon Priest, and Drew McIntyre in this Elimination Chamber. This was a classic. Before we go into the shocking of turning events, what are your thoughts on this Elimination Chamber match?
I was thinking that CM Punk was going to win because CM Punk could have won this match had not he lost to because of Seth Rollins screwing him over, and I think that's because Seth Rollins screwed him over because he lost to CM Punk the last couple of times they faced each other, and so for Seth Rollins to screw CM Punk and let John Cena win makes the most sense because Seth doesn't want Punk to be challenging Cody Rhodes for the championship, and there's also some other underlying reasons why um, Cody's address that he has to give the Rock, which was what on Friday Night SmackDown for Cody Rhodes was challenged by the Rock to be the Rock's champion. So, but Cody Rhodes has to give an answer for that, and I'm sure he probably already making his way on doing that, and so we have to see for Cody. I know we're going to talk about it pretty soon. I know the other individuals who could have won most likely was Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre would have also been another person that could have pulled off a win at Elimination Chamber because he has won Elimination Chamber before. Um, but we'll have to see how things are going with that. So let's see what happens um,
All right.
this week.
All right, so moving on to the aftermatch. What everyone's been talking about, what everyone's been shocked. It's definitely going to be a talk of the ages. There's going to be people scratching their heads about this, but it was unexpected. John Cena and Rhodes shook hands after the main event included. There were cut short by The Rock, accomplished by rapper Travis Scott. The Rock demands Rhodes' soul in exchange for a immortal legacy. The Rock said if Rhodes declined, his dream would die. Rhodes said he wanted it all, but couldn't give The Rock his soul because he gave it to the fans a long time ago. Rhodes loudly proclaimed, "Go fuck yourself," to the crowd, The Rock, as the crowd erupted shockingly. Cena hugs him, but then Cena's eyes, man. Cena's eyes looking at The Rock. The Rock gives him the signal cut. So Cena kicks Rhodes in the groin before delivering an attitude adjustment. The beatdown continues with a barrage of Rolex assisted punches and a microphone to the head. Cena frowning, hoisting the undisputed WWE Championship up before cracking it over Rhodes' head. Cena proceeds to strangle a blooded Rhodes and hold him in place as The Rock lashed him with a weight belt. After a decade, we have finally seen Cena turn heel for the first time since 2003. The last time John Cena had a heel run was 2003. That's insane. For the first time, John Cena is to turn heel, and the WWE has finally pulled that trigger. And people were shocked. People saw that it was the other way around. I was shocked too. But to think about it, it makes sense. Obviously, there have been talks saying that John Cena should have the final heel run in WWE, and people are like, "Yeah, I get it. He won 17. He wants it bad. He lost badly in the Royal Rumble, and that's why he turned heel. He lost to Solo Sikoa many times, and he's pissed off about it probably. And turning heel is probably to guaranteed to he wants his 17th championship. He wants to break Ric Flair's record. Obviously, and this is a John Cena we have never seen before. Obviously, kids are going to be so angry. They looked up to this guy. Obviously, but for the first time since 2003, John Cena is a heel, and he has sided himself with The Rock. And there's a lot of questions. Is John Cena gonna just go on a heel run, like a solo heel run, or is he gonna have The Rock by his side till WrestleMania? So have The Rock be his manager. John Cena has sold his soul to The Rock. Does that mean The Rock is gonna be his manager? Is Travis Scott gonna be with them? That's just the question. Or is this was just a one-time teaming with The Rock, or it's just John Cena's just gonna be healed by himself. So wow, John Cena in an unexpected turn of event has turned heel on Cody Rhodes, and people thought it was the other way around. People thought Cody Rhodes was gonna sell his soul to The Rock, having a heel Cody Rhodes against a face John Cena. But no one expected this to go the other way, and I have a lot of questions. Obviously, John Cena is going to be out for a few weeks because apparently The Rock said he's in Africa filming a movie. I'm kind of curious what that movie is, but the road to WrestleMania is going to be amazing. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. I can't wait. John Cena, heel John Cena, man. Welcome back. First time since 2003. I was shocked, but I can understand why they made John Cena as a heel. I mean, he wants that 17th World Championship. So but yeah, people are gonna be talking about it. This is probably the most greatest. People are calling it the most shocking heel turn ever. People are saying it's the greatest heel turn ever, and it got an A+ rating. So, you know, and yeah, we get to see a heel John Cena in his farewell tour. So, I mean, this is some dream matches we get to see because we never seen before. We could see a heel John Cena versus a babyface Randy Orton. We can see a heel John Cena versus a babyface CM Punk. You know, there's these dream matches that we really get to see because when we saw them, it was the other way around. We seen a heel Randy Orton versus a face John Cena. So, but it's the script has been flipped. So, shocking turn of events. I honestly kind of expected it. Wasn't really expecting it, but man, wow. John Cena is officially, for the first time, a heel since 2023. So, Canadian Yorker, I know you were shocked about this. I know you have a lot to talk about. What are your thoughts? Were you expecting this? Were you shocked?
I can say I was shocked, yes. I was shocked. But as I thought about it over time, I did I kind of noticed that John Cena was dropping hints here and there, little hints here and there, showing he's more towards uh, uh, leaning more towards a heel. And now we're seeing the culmination. We're seeing this guy, John Cena. He is now a full heel right now in this time. And it's kind of interesting that John Cena would turn heel right at the near tail end of his career, and he's doing it for his own reasons because he wants to have that WWE Championship. He wants to have number 17 around his belt, and for him to do that would be the the end of his journey coming to an end full circle, and he's able to retire in peacefully, as the greatest um, WWE champion of all time. And I mean that would definitely do that for him. But not only I could see John Cena. John Cena also aligned himself with The Rock because The Rock is also one of the most popular actors out there in Hollywood, and The Rock is in Hollywood, and John Cena is able to get to that level and be able to. He can definitely push himself to the next level and become onto that megastar status that he is as an actor. Because John Cena is not only a WWE wrestler, but he's also an actor. But he hasn't really had any successful movies recently. But for him to be with The Rock, that would push him into the next level, stratosphere that he needs to be in. Also, uh, what was I thinking? For Cody Rhodes, it's a tough betrayal for Cody, and Cody just has to accept it, move on, and face John Cena for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. Um, I was gonna say, I would say this is not the first time that John Cena has been heel, because I remember clearly when John Cena came into WWE in 2002, or 2003. He faced against Kurt Angle and he wrestled Kurt Angle. That was the beginning of John Cena, and John Cena was already a heel back in 2003. Everybody forgets this, but for those who only saw John Cena as when he was a face, that was when he was the Super Cena back in 2000 and in the 2000s, back in 2009, 2010, he was a Super Cena. He was like Superman. He's a super face guy. But really, in my own experience, I can see John Cena as more of not as a face type of person, but more as a tweener, sort of like Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre, who's in between a face and a heel. Because sometimes John Cena, when he was pissed off at somebody, John Cena actually did some things like a heel person did, and so it doesn't make any. I mean, he calls himself the Doctor of Thugonomics. He doesn't call himself the Doctor of Thugonomics for no reason. But in my experience, you can't trust John Cena. Okay, John Cena can never, ever, ever be trusted. You cannot trust John Cena because John Cena has been doing this. for 20 years. John Cena has been in WWE for 23 years. It doesn't. Yes, it's shocking. I see John Cena actually turn heel for the first time ever. I seen him turn heel, but he was heel. He was already. He's always been a heel. He's a heel that's just masquerading as a face. He's an in between a heel and a face. Okay, he is not a straight heel. He's not a straight heel. He is a in between type of guy. But now we're actually seeing John Cena being he's showing his real character. This is really who John Cena is. John Cena is a doctor of thugonomics. John Cena is world life. This is world life coming back in action. Okay, this is not hustle, loyalty, and respect. This is the word life John Cena. We're gonna see gangster John Cena come back here. This is gangster John Cena coming back, and yeah, this is gonna be interesting. And I'm excited to see John Cena come back and the Doctor of Thugonomics. This guy is going to be going on a tear, and we'll have to see what happens. Is John Cena going to win it at WrestleMania? That remains to be seen. And in all honesty, I do think that The Rock is going to be John Cena's manager because The Rock said he needs a champion. John Cena is the perfect candidate that could be The Rock's champion, and that is exactly what John Cena is going to be. He is the champion that The Rock needs, and it's going to be really interesting with that. Now, what in the world is uh, what is going to happen in that aspect? So I don't know. They are going to be gone for like the next. John Cena is going to be out for 2 weeks, following following Elimination Chamber. And The Rock, we don't even know how long The Rock's going to be away for until The Rock gets back from his trip in Africa and shooting his movie in Africa. So it's going to be really interesting what happens with Cody, Rhodes, and The Rock and Cena going forward, and CM Punk for that matter too, because he might have something to do something with The Rock. But see what happens.
All right, so that will do it for Elimination Chamber 2025. And yeah, wow, what a pay per view. In terms of grading of all of the matches, it was awesome. I give this a plain A. How about you?
I gave this an A+. It was top notch.
Yeah. All right. So that would do it for Elimination Chamber 2025. My name is Bruin Steele, this Canadian Yorker. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow Canadian Yorker's YouTube channel. Link will be in the description, as well as their WWE Wrestling Bros channel. Link will also be in the description. And we are officially on the road to WrestleMania 41. There's already great matches, and I can't wait to see WrestleMania. Last year, WrestleMania was top notch. We'll see if it can beat it. But anyways, my name is Bruin Steele, this is Kenny Euchre, and we'll see you guys in the next broadcast, which is probably going to be Monday Night Raw, the aftermatch after Elimination Chamber 2025. And yeah, we are out of here. Take it easy. Bruin Steele here, Canadian Yorker. Take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your night, and take it easy, guys. See you guys later.
See you later.